Lorenzo Steele is a co-producer of a video entitled Scarface for Life. Welcome to Like It Is, brother.
How you doing?
Let's talk a little bit. I'm okay. Let's talk a little bit about this video. It's obviously I've seen it, and we're going to show portions of it on this program. But it's got some strong language in it that we had to delete. Tell me about the reason that you put this footage together.
The reason I put the documentary together was because I'm a retired New York City Department of Correction officer, and after leaving the Department of Corrections, I was hearing a lot of talk on the street, especially from the youth, that they felt that, you know, going to prison was like a you could call a rites of passage, and especially the videos today that are almost glorifying prison. And so, you know, thoughts were going through my head. It was like, I haven't, you know, witnessed any of this stuff when I was, you know, working at Rikers Island. And so I decided to write a book on Rikers Island and really tell a real story and the inhumane conditions that take place in prison. And so I was at work one day, and I was going through a magazine, and I saw that there was a brother doing videos, street videos. His name is Troy Reed, and I decided to give Troy a call. And so I took some photos that I had from him from, you know, Rikers Island, and I showed him the photos, and it just blew his mind. He said, you know, this can't be no book. We have to turn this into a documentary.
Back up a little bit. Why did you leave the Department of Corrections?
Well,
how long did you serve?
I served 12 years.
As a corrections officer?
As a correction officer.
At Rikers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why'd you quit?
Well, I quit because when I first went, I was 21 years old, and, you know, I didn't really know too much about my history. But as, you know, the years went on in the Department of Corrections, I started, you know, realizing that, you know, 95% of our people are in prison, and I was going through a struggle.
95% of the population is our people.
Yes, is our people. And I was going through a struggle spiritually about, you know, being an actual correction officer, and I was sometimes seeing myself as an overseer on a slave plantation. And so the struggle was just leave the job, stay with the job. I would talk to some of the older gentlemen, and they would say, well, Lorenzo, if we wasn't here, you can imagine what would happen to the brothers in prison. And, you know, that held me down for a couple of years.
Did you feel unsafe on the job?
Every day. But, you know, as a correction officer, you cannot show no fear. So you have to put up that macho tough guy, so you wouldn't be, you know, used as a what they consider a herb, meaning somebody, an officer they can take advantage of.
So after so many years of service, you decided that your longevity was in question and you better get out of there.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And my spirituality was just saying, it's time for you to go. You know, there's something down the line that you have to fulfill, that, you know, your time is up here.
All right, now you and Troy put together this video.
Yes.
It's called Scarface for Life. Let's take a look at the opening sequence, which is kind of disturbing, but I think it's important that we show it to you.
Okay.
This took place in 2003 in Shreveport. He's gone.
Yes, he's dead.
Why did you decide to show this? It's a very upsetting piece of videotape. Why did you decide to show it at the top of your video?
Well, I was talking to Troy, and Troy felt that it would definitely be an eye grabber on, you know, the police brutality that takes place in the United States, and how, you know, sometimes they cross the line with, you know, excessive, deadly force.
I did a little research on this incident, which really created quite a furore in Louisiana. And it seems as though the man who was killed by police was driving erratically, and word got to the police, and they fell into a chase after him, chased him into the parking lot of a convenience store, and that's where that sequence unfolded. And of course, he was killed, and there was a big community outpouring of anger and all of that stuff. So you decided that the power and the pain of that sequence was something that was worthy. You and Troy decided that that was a good way to get the attention of the viewer.
Yes. It's just like prison itself, you know.
All right. Pain. The content of what we're going to look at, Like It Is, has taken the liberty, with his permission, of opening it up a little so we can do it sequentially. And we'll get into that right after this.
I just came home from doing 10 years.
I done did 10 years straight. I went in 2016, came home 26. I gave the system about 15 years on my life.
I gave these crackers, man, 17 years of my life, man.
The prison system gave me 15 of life, and I gave him back 10 years. I did 5 years out of that.
I served 10 years straight up. In them 10 years, I lost everything that I love. My pops, my moms.
Could you just imagine going to jail in 1989 and them telling you your release date is on February 2004? It's crazy.
I gave the prison system a decade, 10 years of my life, something that I will never get back.
In a total, I gave the crackers in the penitentiary out of my life was 15 and a half years, and I'm 41 now.
I gave the penal system 15 years. 15 years total. First of all, it started off when I was a juvenile. It started from Spofford to Rikers Island to the feds.
Lock and load. This is the point of no return. I can never go back. Life without parole, upstate, shackled and trapped. Living in the hole, looking at the world through a crack. But that, I'd rather shoot it out and get clapped.
It's more jails than schools. It's more blacks and Puerto Ricans, Latinos, period, in jails than anything.
Raping the black and Indian women, creating Latinos. Motherfuckers made me out of self-righteous hatred, and now you got yourself a virus.
We were literally animals in prison. We were locked up. We were caged down.
When I first got to Rikers Island in '77, it was every man for himself.
When you walked in, it's like everything, your whole attitude changed. You became stale to life.
They take all your property and give you a set of what you need. In other words, they give you 3 socks, 3 underwear, 3 t-shirts, and a change of clothes.
If you come in like you scared and somebody give him some direct eye contact,
As soon as you walk in the door, he grilling you.
And he drop his head like that, then he knows something wrong.
You understand? Your ears went numb, your body went numb, your heart started pumping because you never knew what to expect.
It all comes down to whether or not you're a Puerto Rican, or you're a black man, or you're a Crip, if you're a blood, all that is irrelevant. Bottom line, you're gonna get tested.
You had COs that were COs, but they wasn't COing. You know what I mean? And us as we respected their gangster.
Police don't really run the house. You know what I'm saying? We run the house.
In C-74, they had a thing called segregation. That's where they put all the wild guys in one house.
The Harlem dudes, they sit right here. Don't come over here. The Brooklyn dudes over there, and the kids from the Bronx over here. You have to sit right here. If you sit over there, you're gonna have problems. Don't worry about no phone time right now. We'll tell you when you get on the phone when we tell you to.
Normally they'll have 2 phones, so it'll be Hispanic, blacks.
It looked like an army base where you got
a bed, a locker lined up that way. A bed, a locker going straight down.
multiple beds lined up back to back to back to back, side to side to side to side to side.
60 semi-individuals on one gallery with one CO.
Dealing with 60 different mentalities. And the on the island, you got the wildest from the 5 boroughs.
Back then, we didn't have the Bloods and the Crips back then from the island. They was out in California and all that, yeah, but it wasn't none of that. It was always 5%, you know what I'm saying, the Lion Kings, you know what I'm saying, the Nation of Islam, the Muslims, you know what I'm saying? When come in the house, he got a shine on, go get that. When I first went to Rikers Island, I was naive to the whole thing. So when I went to Rikers Island, I went with a Dapper Dan suit.
When you come in, they got bids on you.
I could be like over here on my house. I could be right here, and I'm already situated. Right when the homeboy, he's in a bubble. He could be in a bubble talking to the police.
Going in with a pair of construction boots, brand new, fresh. Same day I copped them. I go to sleep. When I wake up, dudes go in my locker and they take my.
I'm off the rip. I'm like.